Hey, what's up you guys, and welcome back to another Minecraft mod review. We haven't done one of these in a while, but today I have a pretty complex mod, and we are going to be splitting up into multiple parts. As you can see, I've got two of the parts already planned out here. But yeah, today, as you can probably guess from all the stuff around me, we are doing the Applied Energistics 2 mod, and yeah. If you guys enjoy this video, just please leave a like, subscribe, hit that notification bell, and please leave a comment down below. Also, leave any other mods you'd like to see me do. I've had one suggestion already for another mod, but I'm going to be doing this series because I've been planning it for a while. Well, this little mini mod review series. But yeah, let's get into the video. Okay guys, so this one is going to be a little different to other mod reviews I've done before. I've just shown off items and they've been individual, but everything links up, this mod does. So yeah, we're going to start off with how you get started in the AE2 mod, and that is with the contents of this chest. You need to find yourself some Certus and charged Certus quartz ore. These are both very much used a lot in the game. And yeah, you mine it and you get obviously the Certus quartz crystal and this charged Certus quartz crystal. Now you're going to want to make a Meteorite Compass with 1 charged Certus quartz crystal, has to be charged, and 4 iron ingots. I will also try and make sure I tell you whether it needs to be charged, pure, whatever. I'll explain later on. But this Meteorite Compass, which is spinning right now, which normally wouldn't be spinning because there'd be a meteor in the world, but I'm on a flat world, and it would point you toward a meteor like this, or a skystone chest basically. I think it's the chest, or it could be this stuff. But yeah, it points you toward, as you can see, it's pointing me toward this stuff, and this is what the meteor would be made out of, skystone. It'd be a big crater in the ground made out of skystone. I'll see if I can get an image and I'll put it on the screen for you guys now. And yeah, so it would have a chest in it, which you dig down, and you'd find, not guaranteed all 4 of these, but you'd at least find 1 of them and a few other random things. Also, you're going to need to collect some of the skystone later on in the system, so I definitely recommend you collect a bit of it. Also, you need a diamond pick to break the skystone. So yeah, these are the 2 items there. Okay, so moving on, as this all interlinks, this is going to be a long one for me. But you're going to need Fluix crystals. Now these are going to be used a lot in the game, and these are what you need the charged Certus quartz for. But I recommend you guys leave leave a few, like at least 5 charged Certus quartz crystals for later on, because you will need them. Do not use them all, because I will show you a way to make them as well. But yeah, make yourself a bit of Fluix, but make sure you leave some of these. It is, if you grab charged Certus, redstone, and I don't know why I'm double clicking, and nether quartz, like so. Not in a crafting table though. If you come over to a water puddle, like so, wait a second, you'll see some particles, and it will give you 2 Fluix crystals for the 1 charged Certus, and that's how you make those guys. Not in a crafting table though, guys. You make sure you drop these 3 items, and you can do stacks of it and whatnot. But yeah, and now moving on, the next thing you're going to need is a grindstone, which you make by making a wooden gear, which is 4 sticks like this. And then to make the grindstone, quartz grindstone, you're going to need either Certus quartz or charged Certus quartz, 2 cobblestone, 3 stone, and a wooden gear. Then also you're going to need a wooden crank, which is 5 sticks, like so. I'm pretty sure you can invert it as well, but just to be sure, if it doesn't work, just move the sticks to the side and it should be all good. Okay, so here you see we have the grindstone. You can right click the crank, and yeah, I've got some nether quartz in here. That's a recipe I'm about to show you. So in the grindstone, you're going to want to make nether quartz dust and Certus quartz dust, and later on Fluix dust. I'll show you that in a bit probably. But yeah, you can do this by either doing the ore or the what's it called? crystal, and you get, if you do the ore, you get a 90% chance of a second one. So yeah, if I just right click this like so for a minute, then yeah, I get a nether quartz dust if I keep right clicking. Obviously this is very monotonous and not very fun, but yeah, that's how you get the quartz dusts. Now you're going to need dust to make quartz glass, which is going to be used in a lot of recipes. That is 4 glass and 5 either nether quartz dust or Certus quartz dust. The next thing we have you're going to need is the energy acceptor. Now this thing isn't so useful with AE2 on its own, but Applied Energistics you don't tend to use as a mod on its own because it's good for integration with other mods. But you're going to need one at least anyway to make this vibration chamber. And this guy, basically, if you're using RF or something, you can put that into the acceptor and it'll go power the AE system, because the AE system's power on AE, which is the power source, I believe. And this is made with 4 quartz glass, 4 iron ingots, and 1 flux crystal. And this I haven't put out because, you know, I'll show you after. But yeah, the vibration chamber then, which is the main power source in A2, I believe it's the only one, is 7 iron, 1 furnace, and an energy acceptor. This guy here, and you chuck some coal in it or something smeltable, and you get power out of it. So yeah, that is the vibration chamber. Okay guys, so it's a couple hours later because I had to go learn how to drive. But yeah, let's move on to the next chesty eye. So the first 2 things you're going to want to make from Applied Energistics 2 is this inscriber and this charger. And remember I told you to save some of those charge certus. You don't need to because I was being stupid and you make them with fluix. But make sure you have some fluix at this point, because you're going to need to make an inscriber, which I'll show you how to use in a little bit, which is 5 iron like so, and 2 sticky pistons and 1 fluix with just a gap in the middle, and that'll give you an inscriber. And then the second one is a charger, and this requires 5 iron, the same way as the inscriber did, but with 2 fluix instead of the pistons and nothing there. Now this charger, which you're going to need some of this fluix cable for, so I'm going to show you how to make this first. So you use the nether quartz or Certus quartz dust that you made, and surround it with glass to get this quartz fiber, and then put this quartz fiber with 2 fluix crystal to get you some Emmy cable. And this charger can turn Certus quartz crystals into charged Certus quartz by charging them, and I've actually placed this thing in a very difficult position right now because you have to plug it in from either the bottom or the top. And then if I chuck this guy in here like so, and it's got to be powered obviously. These aren't the best, and we have not charged it yet. There you go. Now it's a charged Certus quartz crystal, and you can't put that back in there. But yeah, that's the charger there for you. And yeah, you use these glass flux cable to connect everything up in the AE system. So if I wanted to connect it up to, say, I don't think there's anything, no, there's nothing yet that's been in it, but I'll show you more about it later. But that's how you make the fluix cable as well, which is you're going to need a lot of. So let's move on to the next thing, and the next thing is going to be the crystal growth accelerator. And this is made with a fluix block, which is 4 fluix crystals in your small or big crafting table. 2, my mouse is bugging out, 2 quartz glass, 4 iron, and 2 glass fluix cable. And then in the grinder, you're going to need to make some fluix dust as well. And yeah, this is the growth accelerator, which has to be connected to the AE system. So if I chuck this across here, and yeah, they are directional, and also you have to do it from underneath, which I completely forgot, like that. So that should be connected. Yeah, you can see that's on now, and you can also, well, I'll show you that later on the other video. And then you make these Certus quartz, these seeds, so Certus quartz, fluix, and nether quartz seeds. These nether quartz seeds aren't very useful, and these are used to make pure of each one of these, which will be used in some crafting recipes. So if you grab like a few of these, this is a very slow process. I don't know why I'm grabbing 3, but like if you grab some of these, and also you can have up to 4 of these, I believe, if you connect them all up like so. and they should all be online if you put them all around the water source, but I don't think I have enough power. Yeah, that's going to be a thing. Let's just dump some of these guys down and grab some coal blocks. 4, 5, 6. Hopefully this will supply enough power to the system. This is why you use it with other things. There you go. We got power now. We got enough for that. And if we chuck these guys in like so, and they shall charge up to make these pure, which I shall show you in a second because this takes forever. And as you guys can see, these things, if I go and pick them up, they'll have charges, and these are all like kind of different because I threw them in one by one because I'm stupid. But yeah, these 50%, that's 50%, that's 50, that's 48, that's 47, that's 47, that's 45, that's 45, and that's 45. Those two are going to take a little longer. But yeah, now I'm going to cut and they'll be done when I'm back. Okay guys, so these guys are done now. So if you go ahead and pick them up, you should get pure Certus quartz, nether quartz, and whatever. Also, these items don't despawn the seeds. But yeah, I don't really need these guys at all. We probably will need some more power, but I'm going to go ahead and cut all of these guys off of the system for now because they're kind of power eaters in the nicest way possible, and we're just gonna pipe around them for the next thing. But yeah, okay, now let's go ahead and jump into here. Now we're gonna need a lot of this silicon as well, and that's done by smelting either nether quartz or Certus quartz dust. And then you're gonna need one of these, all of these printed circuits. You're gonna need the most of the logic, probably these, and silicon. No, you're gonna need most silicon. And then it's logic, and then it's between these two. Depends what you make really. So to do these, you're going to have to get these presses, which you used before, and I'll use the logic one, and a gold ingot, and chuck it in there. And this is the slowest thing on... Oh, it's not connected. So yeah, you'll also have to connect this up to power. So there you go, and you can see it's progressing upwards slowly, and you get a printed logic circuit. So now that I have that guy, we're going to want to make logic processors, which are... There is the logic one, there is the engineering, which is made with the diamond one, there is that one, the calculation, which is the calculation circuit, which is made with the pure Certus quartz. It has to be pure. And then you combine that with a printed silicon as well. So if I grab one of these and a piece of redstone like so, so you need a lot of these printed silicon. And throw that guy in there, that guy in there, and that guy in there, and this progress bar should, I do apologize, start going up, 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 and logic processor. Now these are used in a lot of recipes in the AE2 mod. Okay, not as many as I thought, but they are using a few, and that's how you get the processors. Okay guys, so let's go ahead and move on to the next thing. And the next thing we're going to make is the controller, which is the center of the system basically, and I'm going to do a little bit of explanation here. This is quite complicated, this bit is now guys. First let's show you how to craft it. So this is made with a skystone block, which is done by smelting skystone in a furnace, any type of furnace. I have extra utilities installed in here, so obviously you can see that I don't have extra utilities. Yeah, that's not what I wanted to do. I wanted to go R. And that can be crafted in any furnace basically. I have extra utilities in here to help me build this platform, by the way. And yeah, and then you're going to use the pure Fluix, an engineering processor, which I showed you how to make in the inscriber, and the skystone like so to get a controller. Now you're going to want to connect this guy up to the system, and the cool thing about the Emmy system is you don't even have to run cables like around like you would in another thing to run power. It just runs through the system like so. And that'll power this Emmy controller now. This is where it gets complicated. These Emmy controllers, one of these can provide 8 channels. Your base Emmy system without an Emmy controller has 8 channels, so this would be... I'm just going to use this as an example. Wait, no, let's use this. Okay, so this has a charger. I don't actually know if this counts as a... Wait, let me just disconnect this guy, and I want to see if these guys count as something in the system. So let me grab a drive or something, which I'll show you how to make in a minute. I'm just testing on camera, guys. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Let me grab some drives. 1K. 1K. Let's just grab a lot of these. So are these drives all online? So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's online, that's online, that's online, that's online, that's online, and that's online. So if I add another one of these drives, or all of these online, yes. If I add another one of these drives, these are all online. If I add one more, they're all offline, as you can see. So there's 8 channels, yeah, and the inscriber and the charger do not count toward any of them, which is good to know, which I didn't know and I probably should have known before I made this. But yeah, that was a good example of the system having 8 channels. Now if I add this controller, it gives another, I believe, 8 more channels, so that's 16 channels off each side of this controller. So there's 8 channels off there, 8 channels off there, 8 channels off there, and 8 channels off there, 8 channels there, and the bottom as well. So yeah, there's no channels being used here right now. And yeah, also this thing stores power, so when you're doing big crafting things, which I'll show you later on as well, you'll have like backup power, because each like process you do in the system requires power. As you can see, this thing's dropping anyway because I don't know what it's doing. I don't know why it's dropping, but yeah, I think it's because of the really unreliable power source, and I think this thing uses power on its own. So the next thing we have is going to be making this Emmy Terminal, but before you can do that, you need to make these illuminated panels, and that is done with 3 quartz glass, 2 glowstone, and 1 redstone and 1 iron ingot, and that gives you 3 illuminated panels. Now you're going to need this annihilation and formation core. These are shapeless crafting recipes with the annihilation is a logic processor, fluix dust, and nether quartz, and then the formation core is a logic processor, fluix dust, and a certus quartz crystal. Now these guys are all going to be used in combination, so illumination panel plus a logic processor plus the 2 cores, and you'll get yourself an Emmy Terminal. Okay guys, so with that Emmy Terminal, you can just use the terminal, or you can upgrade it to the crafting terminal, which I definitely recommend you do. It's very useful to be able to craft within your system, and that is using a crafting table, an Emmy terminal, and a calculation processor, and that gives you crafting terminal as seen here, and you get this little crafting box. And with JEI, you can shift and put the recipes in if you have the stuff in the inventory. But even if I power these guys up, there will be nothing in them, and I cannot put anything in them, and that's because I have no storage. So that's what we're going to work on next. And there are 2 ways that I'm going to show you in this video, just for the basic setup. And that is the Emmy chest, which is 2 pieces of glass, an Emmy terminal, 2 fluix cable, 1 fluix, and 2 iron ingots, and that looks like this. And you can put 1 drive in here. This is definitely the more expensive-ish option, because you have to make the terminal and everything. I don't know. And you can only hold 1 drive, which I shall show you after. And then the Emmy Drive, which I think is a better investment, and I definitely recommend you use this one above the chest, but if you want to use the chest, that is fine. And this is made with 2 engineering processors, which are the diamond ones, 2 fluix cable, and 4 iron, and that gives you this thing which can hold drive that can hold 10 drives. And when you're starting off, unless you have a stupid amount of resources, I'm just going to change the time quickly, you're going to want to make some drives, and the ones you're going to probably make are the 1K drives, and these are made with the 1K storage component, which is certus quartz, or charged certus quartz, up to you, logic processors, and redstone, like so, and that gives you the storage component. Now you can put this into the storage housing 2 ways. You can just do it by doing this, and I forgot the quartz glass there. You can put the 3 redstone, 3 iron, and 2 quartz glass like that, and put the K storage component in it, and that'll give you the storage cell. Or you can craft up a storage housing, which is the same thing as this, just without the storage component in the middle, and then combine them in a crafting in a 4x4 or 2x2 or 3x3, and this will give you a storage cell. So if I grab some of these, if I chuck this guy in here, then now you'll see I can throw whatever I like in here. And yeah, each one of these items, so this Emmy Terminal is one channel, this crafting terminal is one channel, this Emmy Drive is one channel, this Emmy Chest is one channel. Also, that's why the drives are more efficient in channels wise. But yeah, we've got some stuff in these, so let's just chuck a few more things. You can have like as much stuff as you like, and you can have sort by item name, number of items, mod, item name. You can view the stored or the craftable, which I shall show you after, or both. You can sort order, and you can change this toggle sorting direction. You can search keep, so when you leave, SE stays there. You can have standard search, and I don't think I have the integration in, but I think there's a mod that allows you to integrate. Yeah, JEI synchronized, so if I go like silicon, it'll bring up any silicon in here and how to make it in here if I want to, like so. And also I can just throw that in there. Again, with the crafting terminal you can do that as well. So if I wanted to make, say, some birchwood slabs, let's go like this, chuck that in there, and let's get rid of the synchronized for a minute. And if I wanted to make the birch slab, I can go like this, and I can pull as many of these out of the system, and then I've made a button as well. So we got some birch slabs in there. You can craft through the crafting terminal, that's why I recommend it. And then, did I show all the options? Oh yeah, and terminal style, so you can have tall centered, small centered. I like the tall personally because you get to see more items. And then as you fill this thing up, so I'm just going to throw a few items, it'll expand up until the capacity of this drive. This drive can hold 1,024 items, but it can only store 63 types of items. This is the same for all the drives, you can only store 63 types, which is kind of annoying in AE. And yeah, so we have 177 items in here, and 15 different types. If I take this out, this guy's sorry about that, guys. They'll disappear, and then I can throw it into the drive if I want, and I can grab a few more drives if I want, and I can have up to 10 in this thing, like so. These things also don't stack, I should add. So there you go, we have a lot of storage, so now we can hold 10 times that. So we can hold 10,240 items, but only 63 types, so we can only host 630 different types of items, which probably is fine for, I don't know, actually no, probably not. You'd be lucky, but yeah. And then you can have multiple drives. So if I just show you a quick, so basically, yeah, that's everything you're going to need to start your AE, which takes quite a while, by the way. It's like a good few hour grinding process to get all the stuff for this. But yeah, now I'm just going to mock up a quick system, and I'm going to show you guys, explain in more depth, basically. Okay guys, so I've recorded this clip already, but my recording software decided to bug out, which was fun. But yeah, I've made a mock-up system here of the stuff I've shown you. You can also have the chest or the terminal if you want. It's your choice, but I like it like this. This is my basic system. Also, it only takes 2 of these, but I've seen to power this size system, which is ideal for when you start. And yeah, as you can see, I've got some items in the drives, and I believe the priority goes from left to right on drives, but I'm not 100% sure. Yeah, you only need 2 of these vibration chambers. Okay, so this system has 8 channels on each side of this control. If I add this and then throw in a drive, add this and throw in a drive, and then we can go like that. If we connect to this, we will add channels from this side as well, which will cause it to basically not do what I want it to right now. And we go like that, and then we add a drive like that. Okay, so we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 drive banks. Let me add one here. This one turns off. So with the channels, it goes to the closest one, and then this is the first one away. And since you only have 8 channels, there are 9 channels here, so one of these are going to shut off. It doesn't shut off the whole system, which it used to, which is nice. Okay, so what you're asking, what do you do when you run out of channels? Well, pretty simple. You add another controller. You can add as many of these as you like, but they use power, and as you can see, I'm not producing enough power for 3 controls. But now we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2. So there's 5 on this one, and there's 5 on this one. So that's 10 channels plus the 2 in-facing ones, which I don't think count toward anything. But yeah, now we have 5 channels on the system. Now you can extend it out again. So now we have more channels here. So you can have like that. Now you can add this extra drive here. Stupid thing. But I don't know if I have enough power for the system. No, you still can't add that drive because it's counting from there. But now you could add another row of drives in front here. Thing is, if you add too many things, like this, your system will slowly start to lose power. Let's make it do it faster. Let's just add a bunch of drives. Like this, you wouldn't do this probably in actual thing. But yeah, my system's gone down now. Gone. Because not enough power is being produced to handle this. But if I go ahead and break out all these ones that I don't want, I can close that bit. Let me just go like this. I have all miner or something installed. And these aren't vein mineable. And now I'm using a pick in creative and look stupid. But yeah, now that I have decreased the system size, this is probably your ideal system size, and you can get rid of 2 of these coal generators like this and that. And there you go, the system's up and running just off 2. It doesn't run off 1, I did test that. My screen's not on beside me, I don't know why that's... There you go. But there you go, guys, that is how the system works, basically. That's the basic explanation. I'll be doing another video next week that will explain the more complex stuff. That's what all of this is. And then we'll be doing a few more. This is probably going to be like a 6-part series showing everything off in AE2. But I think I've been rambling for long enough now, guys. And yeah, this thing here, actually I should mention, is a power eater. And it also counts as channels, I do believe, on your system. This and the charger does not count as a channel on your system though, but they do use the power. Yeah, and that's about it. These guys obviously produce power. This guy just runs off your hand. So yeah. I'm also going to show you how you automate some of these. Possibly, yeah, you can. I'm going to show you how you automate some of these things, making these things in another part, which is the auto crafting part. But yeah, okay, yeah, I think that was about everything. That was really difficult, guys. Okay, guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please leave a like, subscribe, hit that notification bell, and leave a comment down below on any other mods you'd like to see, like I said at the start of the series. So yeah, I hope you find this useful, and yeah, hope this helps you with AE2. I definitely recommend you check out this mod. I recommend it with other mods as well though, although it's pretty cool on its own, to be honest with you. But yeah, I think that's it for me today, guys. I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.